Well, it ended up being the same result, just a different way of getting there. Instead of a slow start and a fast ending to a ball game, a close game that went down to the end for a loss, the Buffaloes started quickly on Saturday at Folsom Field, but ended up losing to the University of Washington, 38-23. Hi again, Mark Johnson, along with Chad Brown here on our Buffs recap at 850KOA.com and CUBuffs.com. Butter, make us feel better about this one, can you?
Wow, I wish I could, Mark. After playing close the last couple of weeks, the Buffs shot themselves in the foot. Fast start, as you mentioned, but not a very good finish. They have yet to put together a full 60-minute game.
Yeah, the Buffaloes, in fact, had a lead into the third quarter, and they gave up 21 unanswered points. Mike McIntyre told us on our postgame radio interview, he said, we gave the game to Washington. I guess you can concur with that. A forced fumble by Washington. They took then eventually into the end zone. Interception return, punt return for a touchdown, 21 unanswered, game over.
That's pretty much is the story of the game. But let's add to that, all the big plays the Buffalo's defense gave up. For about 95% of the snaps, the Buffalo's defense was fantastic. But the other 5%, they gave up big plays to Shaq Thompson. They gave up big plays to Pettis in the passing game, and that really was the difference as well.
Yeah, big plays, and then turnovers. Buffaloes ended up handing the ball over 4 times, 3 fumbles, 2 of them, by the way, by Philip Lindsay, and then the 1 interception that Seppo Lufau threw that ended up going back by Travis Feeney that away, the linebacker, scoring the 7th, by the way, defensive touchdown for Washington this season. Well, if you're Colorado, if you're Mike McIntyre, what are you saying to the football team right now? You've got 3 games left in this season, 3 the next 4 weeks, and potentially against 3 top 15 teams.
You try to find a way to tell your team, let's have our best 3 weeks of football, our best 3 weeks of practice that starts on Monday. We'll go out there on Saturday against Arizona, and we'll get a victory, guys. You have to still believe, you still got to have some confidence, despite the results over the last couple of weeks.
By the way, a second week in a row that Michael Atkins went over 100 yards rushing for the Colorado Buffaloes, and also Nelson Spruce in game number 9 set a new single-season reception record, surpassing P. Rich, who set that record, of course, last year with 83 receptions. He's on in game number 9. So the Buffaloes, next up, it's a top 15 team in Arizona. Next week in Tucson, we will hit the air at 4:05 with the Buffalo Stampede. Our network affiliates at 4:35, and then the Buffs and the Wildcats down in Tucson at just after 6 o'clock. For Chad Brown and Mark Johnson, the Buffaloes fall here to Washington as the Huskies come from behind to win at 38-23. Thanks for joining us in our Buffs recap here at 850 KOA and CUBuffs.com.